Hello. Good morning. Gives you. Okay. Hey, what's up, Rev? Miss I Don't Know and PB. It's Monday. Back to work. This morning we're going to start off with finishing up these little kind of side projects I got going on here so they can be painted in time before we leave. Three days off for you. Nice. Wanted to just add a little textured kind of spots on the cap of the mushroom and then just make this look like a rock. Start with some clay glue here. It's been really nice. Definitely very good. It just so happened that we, when we came, Oma, who's like in her 80s, started to feel ill. So it's been really good. She's been getting better. You know, she just came down with a bug or something, but it's been good to be here and be able to help her. You know, help out. No, so this has been baked. I'm not smoothing. This has been baked. Yeah, she's all right. Just some sort of bug going around. And what I'm doing is I'm adding another layer of clay. So to do that, we use this. This is a clay glue, an oven cure adhesive. It's essentially like a liquid form of the clay, and this will help the new clay I'm adding to stick while we're sculpting, but then also fuse the pieces together when I bake it. So I'm just gonna take tiny little spots here and I'm just gonna kind of stick them on and smush them down like this. It's not sticky. It's more of like, it'd be slippery to the touch for like your fingers, but it softens the clay because it is liquefied kind of clay. It makes the clay get sticky, if that makes sense. Because the softer the clay is, the stickier it is. Kind of, yeah, similar to PVA glue. But it's not like a glue in the sense that it like dries, like it gets sticky and it dries and it glues random things together. It is only a glue for raw clay sticking to non-raw clay surfaces. See, if I would push these little pieces of clay on like this without the glue being there, it would just, it'd most likely just delaminate or fall off, you know. If not during the sculpting, after it's been baked, it would kind of fall apart. It doesn't dry, no. Just stays kind of wet until you bake it. And once you bake it, it hardens just like the clay does. Turns into a hardened material. It's kind of an interesting material because you can also use it, technically you can use it for smoothing as well. You can smooth raw clay with it. Or as a softener, for softening, you want to make clay softer. You can mix it into the clay. Which, I mean, it makes sense when once you realize with polymer clay, the softer it is, the stickier it becomes. So there's like a direct link there. This is a gift for I gave my father-in-law and my mother-in-law a free sculpture token. They got to pick what they wanted. My mother-in-law wanted my father-in-law's likeness implanted onto a mushroom. So this is him. This is what he looks like. And then my father-in-law wanted a troll shopping, which is a word in this region for the last beer of the evening. So he's gonna be this guy, laughing drunk guy that's holding a mug of frothy beer. Uganda. Oh wow. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, we're just gonna add some texture to these. Hey, thanks, April. Just one more. Yeah, that's what the term pretty much stands for. The troll shopping. The last one that you probably shouldn't have had. This dude's always working. Ooh, me. Gotta work. The clay will not smush itself around. I've learned this. Is that you, neighbor? Is that your YouTube username? Hey, what's up, Plankwalker? Welcome. Yeah. That's why I have to get them done, because she needs time to paint them. All right, let's actually go over these. We're actually going to use the clay glue to smoothen these out. Oop. Smoothen this texture here. Okay. Just gotta do this little rock here. Then that'll get baked. Any gardening skills? No. There's not much gardening going on this time of year. Not much gardening. Just kind of cold and rainy. Yeah, I mean, I just there's a lot of plants in the wild that I've identified here that are very similar to the ones in my region of the world. So it's just always interesting to go to a different continent and see familiar faces in the plant world. Quite common plants are kind of worldwide. It's because it's technically the same climate as where I come from here. All the same weather, similar weather conditions. So. Okay. That's pretty good. Next. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Nifzili. The frothy top. Hey, what's up, Doctor? Doctor Kaput. Goedemorgen. Not yet. We're hoping we fixed it. Today's the real test. We shall see. Extra frothy. Extra frothy. The last one of the night. Always extra frothy. Hey, how you doing, Baki? Good morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're still in Germany. I don't get back to America till the middle of November. Let's brush this with alcohol. Let's brush the alcohol with alcohol. Oh, nice. There you go, PB. Working your way through the dragon. Listen. Right. So I'm gonna add some scratches to the metal band here. Maybe a few little bolts. Yeah, we'll add the handle after, but I think we have to consider maybe some sort of armature, because we're gonna have a little hand holding the cup up, and probably drill a little piece of wire into the cup. All around for me and my fellows. Do. Last call was an hour ago. Go home. Well, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Be gone. Tis daylight once more. I don't stream this late. For it is early for me. 9:12 in the morning. We are currently abroad there, bats, two beasts. 9:12, yeah. Oh, nice. That'll teach you to try to be productive. Bummer. Yeah, I'm in Germany for a month, and we're streaming over here. We brought the work with us. I packed up my whole workshop into a tiny little bag. And when I went to work, I just opened the bag and climb right inside of it. Get to work. Hey, gotta make the best of what you have, no matter how much or how little, right? It truly is a thing you can live by. Don't think of the things you don't have. Let's make the best of the things you do have. If it's a little, make the best of it. If it's a lot, make the best of it. Aki, I need an advice. I'm making a swallowtail butterfly and was wondering what would be the best way to attach the wings to the body. Can't use wire because they're very thin. Number 7 on the POS machine, and they would be visible. Okay. I have a couple solutions, but was wondering how you would approach it. By the way, the butterfly is 3 times smaller than life size. Life size is 1 to 1, so 3 to 1. Like 3 times smaller. Well, butterfly, okay, let me look up the one you're talking about here. Three times bigger. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're right. It'd be the other way around. What was it? Swallow tail butterfly. Ah. Interesting. Okay. So you've made the wings. Are the wings just flat pieces of clay right now? Like baked flat pieces of cast clay? Yes, they are. Okay. See, this is the thing. Ideally, you'd want to have structure built into the work from the get-go, whether in the form of like a flat piece of metal. Even cardstock can work really good for really thin wings. Do the wings hold their shape when you kind of hold them up? Because I guess my concern is that they will droop. They will like, even if they stand up, you know how you got them on the butterfly, that over time they will kind of like droop because of no structure. But they might stand up and just be fine like that. So really, you're just trying to figure out how to bring it together onto the body. They hold form for sure. Because, okay, here's the thing you don't want to do. You don't want to stand them up in position and then bake it again. Then they're going to break. Okay? That's the thing you don't want to do. Or if you do stand them up and bake it again, you have to somehow support them, like stuff material underneath them. Oh, and it's female clay. Oh my goodness. It's not even cosplay. What are you crazy, Baki? Are you at you desire pain? Because you sure are asking for it. They're gonna be flat, like folded back, like together, like it's like landed and its wings are folded back, or is it gonna be just open flat, like the wings are like spread flat? Yes, quite a difficult situation. Ideally, the way you'd want to approach this is to have some sort of armature inside of the wing. Like the smallest armature wire you can use is like a spring steel. It's called memory wire. Basically, it holds its form. Even if you bend it, it bends back to its original state. I guess what I would end up doing, let me think, if it was me in this situation, I could see maybe making the body out of epoxy clay and attaching the wings together with the epoxy clay. So, and also sculpting a little bit of the epoxy clay up the wing a little bit. Not just like right at where the base of the wing is, but like sculpting a little bit up the base of the wing, like taper it from make it a little bit thicker, a little bit more exaggerated, taper it down to nothing, and then just have to get them nice and steady so when the epoxy clay dries, they'll be super sturdy in there. So like and then sculpt the rest of it with epoxy clay using the using like Magic Sculpt. I think I'm gonna make the wings in one go, then sculpt the body on the place where the wings connect to hide it. Oh yeah, okay, so if the wings are flat like this, right? Connect them with the clay. Exactly. But still, you still want to kind of go into the wings a little bit with the epoxy clay because that will add structure. So on both sides. So you sculpt the body in the middle with epoxy clay and then do a layer where it's just structure, let it harden, then a layer of detail on top, okay? Then you kind of go into the wings a little bit with the epoxy clay and that'll add at least some structure towards the base or give it a good amount to hold on to, right? Because the reality is if those wings get kind of bumped or hit, it's gonna want to crack right where the epoxy clay kind of ends. So here's the wing, here's the epoxy clay from the body. It's gonna want to crack at that point. So the kind of like the larger surface area you can give the epoxy clay, the more kind of sturdy it would be. More likely it would be to take a hit. So that's in that situation, that's probably how I would deal with it. But in not that situation, my own situation, I would sculpt it out of cosplay and not have to worry about it. So, but I understand that that's not always the option for all you guys. And I would probably use some sort of a thin, either like a sheet metal as structure, probably a sheet metal or a cardstock or some sort of armature material, not just the clay by itself. Yeah, I did a really small butterfly. Actually, here, let me show you. Making it from a museum, so the wings have to be very thin. Ah, yes, I see. So yeah, then the best thing would be to make them out of cosplay, and then you don't have to worry about the wings breaking due to the thinness. But I did, you know, I did pretty thin with, here, let me show you. Let's do screen share here. I did a small butterfly onto, what's his face? Let me find him really quick here. Here. Let's just do the photos. You can see it's actually pretty tiny. Now I believe I used here a piece of cardstock with a really thin layer of cosplay to actually sculpt the details and textures on the wing. And let's see if we can. And it was really thin. Oh, that one didn't work. You can kind of see it, but really small. So, and it worked out quite well. And then I did the legs with using literally just wire, and I think I used UV resin to attach it. So, yeah, it's a challenge either way. Either way you go about it, you just gotta kind of just get in there. Just get in there, see what works. Good luck. Good luck. None of the big box stores sells cosplay. Hobby Lobby did for a period of time, but not anymore. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? I think we bake this and we bake this. And then once this is baked, we can drill into it for adding armature. And then we can sculpt the handle with the hand, and then bring it together with with the arm, and then the body. So just like a partial, just like the wrist and arm. Okay. This is Jones's troll head with the mixed media from the woods of Germany. Forest kobold. Which cosplay would you suggest? I'm in Europe. If you can get the sculpt line medium firm, get that, or extra firm. If you can get that, then second pick would be medium firm, and then third pick would be anything that's cosplay. Because even if it's not the freight firmness for you, you're getting that flexible end result. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna get these two things in the oven. While that bakes, we're gonna work on the main piece, and then we'll switch back to the troll shopping when the beer mug is done baking. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. Piece is not sticking. It's very annoying to have to. So add a little bit of clay glue here. No, not here. They eat like 7 times a day here, like a bunch of hobbits. But yes, that's how I live when I'm at home. Yeah, they do breakfast. Then they do maybe it's breakfast when you wake up. I usually skip that. Then they do Mittagessen, which is like 11's, yeah, which is like a really big meal at noon, so at midday. Then you have 2 p.m. coffee and kuchen, cake and coffee. Then like a 5 to 6 p.m. dinner, which is usually something smaller, like bread with, like a spread of like bread and pickles and sliced tomatoes and cheese and different salamis and stuff like that. So yeah, and then if you stay up late enough, there's the late night snack meal. So and follow along with the beer. So quite a lot. Proper day, proper holiday at Mount. Yeah. Now, surprisingly enough, I don't really. When we're out here for the month, we don't really gain weight. Me and the missus. We've even been told we get back and look thinner. So I don't know. You also have to imagine everything here is made with quality ingredients and not a ton of sugars and stuff like that. So it's good to fill up on the good stuff and bring it back. None of it that we're enjoying over here is processed stuff. It's all homemade with neighbor farm fresh ingredients. So I mean, some days it is 2 meals still, because I skip breakfast. I'll skip coffee and cake. 2 p.m. They don't do that every day. It's just some days. So then it's just the large lunch with a small dinner. Lighter dinner. Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. You don't really see overweight people out and about walking around, which is crazy because it's not like they're showing like great restraint and just not eating a lot here. They're eating a lot, but the quality of the food that's being eaten is good. So it doesn't, you know. It's sad, really. Honestly, it's when you're an American, you grow up in that system. You assume certain things are just not bad for you, but the reality is they are. That's the worst part, is the things that shouldn't be bad for you are bad for you because of lack of regulations and stuff. Allowing these companies to really just get away with literally demolishing the health of people. Trust me, as an American, it's a very burdensome thing to, uh, I'm very adamant about only getting good things, good quality food items. And man, it's a task. It's a very hard road to walk because you're surrounded by just junk all over. They'll even make the junk. They'll make the things that they'll make certain products to look like it's not junk, but really it still is. Like there's just so much trickery going on. Not even cheap junk. There's a lot of expensive junk too. Marketed in a way to make it look like it's supposed to be good, but it's not. It's just crazy. It's like an arms race of psychology. Oh, I can believe that, Baki, for sure. Really, that's the reality, and I'm sure there's some junk that you can get in the bigger cities, but I am in rural Germany, in the heart of their farming area, So just surrounded by, chickens and sheeps and cows and crops. Yeah, I think if you go to any part of the world with a rural area, you're gonna be getting the good stuff. Do they make their own beverages too? Yeah, I mean, there's kind of like everybody seems to specialize in one thing or another. Actually, I think my wife's uncle used to own an apple processing facility, and they would take all their apple. They have a bunch of apple trees in their yard here. And they would take all their apples and bring it to them in exchange for, fresh squeezed apple juice and apple cider and stuff like that. Need a paper towel. Hold on. Let me run and grab a tissue here real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. And then we're going to start doing the trimming on the metal here. Nice, Becky. That's awesome. Yeah, they, everyone, obviously they take their beer very seriously here in Germany. Every kind of area has its own kind of brewery and different style and flavor to it. But everything that's labeled a beer in Germany falls under this. There's a rule. It's got the German beer purity law. They take it very seriously. It's the same. It's similar law to the the Italians. They have the Italian food kind of purity law where it's like very heavily monitored that you can't just be adding all kinds of ingredients to it. It's the same thing here. So basically, the rule states for something to be called beer here in Germany, it can only have 4 ingredients. I think it's barley, hops, water, and malt or something like that. So that means when you're having all these different German beers and they all taste different and have different qualities, it's not because they're adding different ingredients. They're using the same, just mixing it in different amounts and brewing it. That's just the mastery of brewing to be able to get it to have different characteristics from the brewing process, not from just loading it up with in the United States they add the big beer manufacturers add something called maltodextrin to their beer, which is clay pickle, which is like a super sugar. It's like a super chemical sugar that they've invented in a lab that spikes insulin levels more than anything else that exists. It's pretty crazy. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do the border of this first here. Okay. Have you tried German Malz beer? I'm not sure. Probably. I remember the first couple times I came here, I kind of tried everything I could try. So probably. There's a beer, the local beer here that I kind of stick to called Urchin or something like that. It basically means old rooster, old black rooster. It's got a picture of a rooster in the bottle. Root beer? I'm not sure. I haven't had anything that tastes like root beer. In fact, when my wife moved to America, she had never had the flavor of root beer before, which comes from, I think, the sassafras tree. It's where that iconic root beer flavor comes from. Sassafras. So I'm not sure. It probably does not taste like root beer if it doesn't have that. How many years do I have to give this job to make such a figure? Well, for me, I've been doing this for 15 years. That doesn't mean it has to take you that long, though. If you learn, the quickest way to learn quick is to learn from others. to do kind of tutorial, be a good student, look at other sculptors and artists that are further along the path and really listen and absorb what they're saying and apply it to your own work. This is how you grow faster. I personally have tutorials available that you can check out. I would encourage you to, if you wanted to take this journey seriously, to use that resource. It'll give you a really good kickstart or head start on the path. Malt beer is not alcoholic and sweet. Oh, you know, I don't think I have actually, Dr. Kaput. I have to get one. A Draenei. Emma like it for sure. Yeah. So it's very different than, yeah, I don't think it's very common for, I don't even think an American root beer, yeah, like I said, the main ingredient is a specific root from the sassafras tree that just has a very unique flavor that really can't be compared to anything other than itself. You know, it's one of those tastes. It's like if you've never tasted it, then it's impossible to describe. Maybe what you're talking about is going to be more similar to like a cream soda or something. Thank you, Jordani. Okay. Yeah, I'll be going shopping this week. I will grab one. Give it a go. Let you know. Okay. Now we make a cut. All right, I think there's some new blades for this. Not sure where we should put them. Ah, yes. Oh, I see. Let's see how sharp it is. Still sharp. Oh, very sharp. German ingenuity. Pull those sculptures out of the oven. They should be done here. I'll be right back. Can you ask whose commission this is? It's just a individual person. No one that's a regular in chat, I don't think. So if they're a regular, they're a lurker. So I'll be right back. Okay. Alrighty. Gotta let this cool down before we can do more to it. Hey, how you doing there, Mr. 18 Vix? Yes, indeed. How you been there, my friend? Oh, okay, cool. Well, welcome back. Never heard of such a holiday. Seems like a similar timing to a big Chinese holiday too. Or if it's just the holiday season for the East. Crispy. Hang it. I'm in Germany right now. This is our home away from home mobile workshop. Biggest festival, okay. Celebrate the light. Got any big crazy projects in the works lately there, Mr. Vix? Yeah, just the mornings here. Except on Fridays. I do twice a day on Fridays. All right. Finishing up some going stuff. Nice. Hey, what's up, caveman? Long time. Long time no see. Let's see. This is cool enough. So I'm gonna create a handle, but we're gonna drill into this and do the handle out of like armature wire. There you go, buddy. There you go. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let me get a smaller drill bit, and we'll use some of this. What's this wire here. Oh, really? It's like you remember when you're a younger impulsive creature and you're in the growing phases of life physically, where you'd see family once every year and they'd always say, wow, you've grown so much or you've changed so much. But to you, it felt like nothing has changed. It's literally the same thing. automatisch. It's an automatic thing. If you set it up that way, it's the same for you. You know, the more you keep doing something, the better you get, more efficient. As long as you're actually trying to become better, always trying to push forward. Okay, let me go get a drill bit here. I'll be right back. Thank you, though. I appreciate you saying that, man.
Greetings, fellow adventurer. We've got everything you need to rest and refuel.
There we go. Sorry. I was just saying thank you very much there, Mr. 18 Vix, for your support. I appreciate that, my friend. Here's your wisdom, first wisdom of the day. The storm is never punishment. It is the wind making room for light. Interesting. We're just talking about celebrating light, right? Endure the storm. Endure the storms. Okay. And how you doing there, Saradini? We made progress on the character. We're currently working on the hip plates, so we'll do those. And then I also finished up this one. Sculpted the rock and then added texture onto the cap of the mushroom. So that one's done. And then we started making this little beer stein for this guy. Beer mug. So now we have to add the handle. I'm thinking on the side here. Maybe right here. With this tiny drill bit. Okay. Good. That should do the trick. Now, let's see. Let me cut a piece. Okay. We do the handle. But we have it come into the middle of the handle where the hand will be holding. That's too far down. A little bit more, I think. me do the same from the other side. The armature can go out the hand and extend to the body. Oop. It has to be lined up. Give it a little twist. Hey, what's up, Shell? No, I didn't cut myself. That's just self-sabotage. My cuticle areas will get really dry, and sometimes I'll just rip it off, you know. Subconsciously self-sabotage. Winter finger bleeds. I have a very high tolerance to pain, which comes in handy sometimes, but also be a detriment. Let's drill two more holes here. This is not his likeness. This one is. And yes, looks just like him. Hey, awesome show. Yeah, this is just some random tavern dweller, this guy.